Hello, gorgeous people. We are officially here, day one. Huge welcome. So lovely to have you here. As you hop on and join me, say hello. Tell me where you're coming from today. It's so lovely to know how wide our community spans and who's joining me here today. I am coming to you from the very cold, very sunny Isle of Wight, and it's really gorgeous out there today. Hello Dawn, hello Melanie. Well, Dawn, you're in Devon, gorgeous part of the world. And as people hop on and join me, I will do just a bit of housekeeping to kind of remind you how this is all going to work this week. So I will be going live in here every day, 12 o'clock. As I did for today, I will post a little, like a little reminder type thing where you can get a notification before I go live. So hopefully it'll be easy to find me. And yeah, so I'm hoping that will make it easier, because when I've run these things before, often I will get people going, I can't find you, and where are you, and I can't see it in the group. So I'm hoping this is going to eliminate some of that. So 12 o'clock in here every day, Monday to Friday, plus, as I decided last week, I thought it'd be really nice to have an extra day. So next Monday, we will also be having a mini retreat. So to bring together everything we learn over these 5 days together, have an hour just concentrating on us, really refilling our cups ahead of the festive season. But that has got a separate link, because I thought it'd be really lovely to do that on Zoom so we can actually see each other and it's not just me, and it feels like more of a community space. So the link for that is in the group. Sign up to join us next Monday. Again, it's happening 12 o'clock, I believe, but that'll be over on Zoom. The other thing, just to remind you, is I really want to reward those that commit to the consistency of this, because as we go through these 5 days, you will hear me banging on about consistency, because it is just so important when it comes to your meditation practice. It's like, so for example, I've heard people before, and I've had clients who've come to me and said, oh, I've tried meditation, it doesn't work. And when we've explored that, they've tried meditation once or twice or once a week. Now the thing is with meditation is it helps us to rewire our patterns. It helps us to change our nervous system response. But in order for it to do that, it has to have that consistent pattern. And that only comes with consistent practice. So I'm really keen to reward those that show up for this every day, whether it's live or on replay. So what I'm doing is, for those of you that show up, and whether on live or replay, if you could like or love the videos, put a little comment in the videos, even if it's just say hello. And after each session, I will be posting just a little question saying, what was your biggest takeaway from today? Just because I think sometimes we really take in when we reflect on what it is that we've covered, and so we can really see how we're getting those aha moments, and that will spur you on to keep your consistent practice going. So if you do all of those things, so like the video, comment on the video, and comment on my post each day, then your names will go into a hat, and I will be drawing the winner at our Zoom call on Monday, ahead at the beginning of the retreat or at the end of the retreat. I haven't decided as yet. Oh, it's so lovely to see so many of you with me. I'm just seeing the comments as they hop on. I tell you what I'm going to do actually. I'm just going to get the feed up on here so I can see people's names, because otherwise it doesn't always come up. Bear with. I should have had this ready before, shouldn't I? You know. Cool. There we go. Hi Lynn, lovely to have you here. Alison, lovely, how are you? Yeah, consistency, your downfall. You know it really works when I make it a priority. I know that's the toughest part, isn't it? And so during these 5 days together, it's not going to be just meditation. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a talk to help you think about how you can get past those things that might be holding you back from a consistent practice. Get rid of some of the myths you may have heard about meditation, about what it is. And so actually at the end of these 5 days, I really hope that you're in a space, and it's very much my intention that you'll be in a space where you feel confident to take your practice forward, knowing that you can be consistent. So hopefully we can help you there, lovely. Hello, Janet from Livingston. Oh, lovely to have you here. Hi, Lynn. Another Lynn. We've got lots of Lynns today. Oh, lots of people watching. Oh, it's so lovely to have you all here. If I've missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Did I say hi, Lou? I don't think I did say hi, Lou. Hope you're doing okay. Do you know what? It's not showing me all the comments because the comments are coming in through so quickly. So I apologise if I missed anyone, but it's so lovely to have you here. Angie, don't worry, lovely. Absolutely fine. I'm trying to do several things at once. Yeah, luckily this is the time when you don't have to and you can just focus on one thing. Hi Hayley, lovely to have you here. Oh, it's so nice to have so many of you hopping on live. And building a meditation practice, or making your meditation practice a bit more consistent. So welcome. What I should say is actually many of you won't know me. So I'm Holly. Nice to meet you. I am a holistic health coach. I specialise in Ayurveda. I'm also a Reiki master, a meditation teacher, and a huge fan of meditation. It has completely transformed the way I think and feel on a daily basis. So I promise I'm coming to you because I know how much this can really help. I also know that when I started meditation, it seemed like this really daunting thing. It seemed like something that gurus did. You had to be really skilled. You had to have a quiet mind, which is so not me. I have got the most ridiculously busy mind, which I love. I'm very creative. I've always got ideas going on. And I had a lot of myths that were holding me back during my meditation practice. And so we will be dispelling all of those this week. And I promise you, you will be able to meditate no matter what's going on in your life. Sometimes it will feel easy, sometimes it will feel less easy. But you will get just as much benefit from both times, I promise you. Okay. Anything else I needed to tell you? No, I think those are the main points. So, any questions before we dive in? Pop them in the comments if anything comes through for you. But as I've alluded to, the main things that we'll be covering over the 5 days are both the how to meditate, but also consistency. As I've said, you can not see the benefits, I believe, the real benefits from meditation without a consistent practice. It's like trying to lose weight and having one salad and expecting to step on the scales and all the weight to have dropped off. So that's kind of how we have to think about our meditation practice. There's a reason it's called a practice. It's an ongoing work. And the more consistent you are with it, the more you will see the benefits of it. And when I say benefits, I don't just mean, okay, I'm stressed out, so I'm going to do 5 minutes meditation. Yes, that's wonderful. You know, it's brilliant in the moment stress reliever. But actually what a consistent practice will give you is the ability to handle that stress without getting too stressed out. It will allow you to rewire your brain so things that used to stress you out no longer do. And it will allow you to realign your focus in life. So I feel like I need to give some context behind that, because that sounds all very woo-woo. But when I first went into meditation, and some of you may know this story, so I apologise if I'm repeating myself. But when I first went into meditation, or started meditation, came to meditation, I was not in a particularly good place. In fact, I was really not in a good place. I had been diagnosed with, well, actually at that point hadn't even been diagnosed, but I'd been experiencing the effects of rheumatoid arthritis. So I was 29, something like that. I'd just had my third child, my little boy Ethan, and we'd moved house, and I remember the day after moving house, my knee just inflamed. I mean, it like quadrupled in size. And I was back and forth with the GP, and I remember he had to sign me off work, and I hated that because I was feeling like I was letting everyone down. And this went on for months, and then so I was back at work within a couple of weeks, just hobbling around. And then after a really long process, so it took a year to get a diagnosis, long story short. And then, but even before that, I noticed the decline in my mental health. So basically, I'd gone from being this really independent, and in fact, I had a lot of pride around my independence. I'd previously been a single mum, and it was a big part of my identity was being able to do everything for myself, everything for my family, to be the breadwinner, to just do everything I needed to for my family. And then all of a sudden I was in the situation where I was having to rely on everyone else, as well as things like the pain constantly, and I was going up and down the stairs on my bum. My dignity had gone out the window. I couldn't pick up my son from his cot because my shoulders would just burn, and I was so scared of dropping him. And it was a really difficult time for me, and I was going to a chiropractor at the time, trying to get things sorted. I was literally trying everything at this time. I was seeing chiropractors, osteopaths, massage therapists, acupuncturists, all of these different people. And I saw a flyer for meditation, and I thought it was like a meditation course, and I thought that's exactly what I need to do, because I'd done some guided meditations at home and things like that. I'd always been quite spiritual and interested in things like mental health and my well-being. And then this meditation class completely transformed my life, and I don't say that lightly, it really did. I went from believing myself to be quite a positive person, to realising that my mind and my mind monkeys were causing havoc in my head. Silly things like I'd wake up and go, oh my God, it's Monday again. I can't believe, oh, I better get out of bed. Oh, look, it's dark and dreary. And, this was my mind. This is the things I used to say to myself. It was like having an internal tormentor. But I didn't know it was there. I didn't know this inner tormentor was there all the time. Despite being fairly, into well-being and all of those sort of things. So through meditation, I could see this internal chatter that was going on. And it gave me a choice. It gave me a choice to continue with that or to interrupt that on a daily basis. To, instead of think, oh, Monday morning again, I would choose to think something different. And this just shifted the whole of my reality. It improved my relationship. So instead of, and I'm sure the mums in the group can relate to this, but instead of like going around the house muttering to myself, picking up after the kids about how no one appreciates me, or, I've only tidied up 5 minutes ago and look at it, it looks like a bomb sitter. Instead of that kind of internal chatter, I would change it. And I would think, okay, what's a more empowering thought pattern I could adopt during this situation? Or, with my husband, instead of getting wound up about things and allowing my internal chatter to create this whole story about something that may or may not have happened, I can interrupt that. And even now, they will say to me, if I'm starting to get stressed or if I'm starting to, not be myself, they will say, have you done your meditation? And it's a known thing in the family that it's completely transformed how I think and feel. They haven't quite jumped on the meditation bandwagon, but one day they might. But I believe everyone's got their own path. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into the effects that it's had on my life and why I really am so passionate about sharing it with other people. And during our 5 days together, I'm hoping to give you a real taster of some different meditations. Because one of the things that I learned quite early on was there's so many meditations out there. Some things you will love. Some things will not work for you or will not feel good to you. Some things might feel a bit too much for you initially. So for example, if you're new to meditation and if you've experienced a lot of trauma, then things like inner child meditations, I wouldn't go there yet. Or if you're feeling quite insecure about yourself and are lacking self-confidence, then I wouldn't go into shadow work meditations just yet. So the ones I'm going to be giving you an overview of this week will be things that are suitable for everyone. So they're things that are going to help you calm your mind. They're going to help you feel more at ease, have more flow, and just find a bit more peace over what could be coming up to a really busy time, this kind of festive time when, whatever your religion, there's generally something coming up in the December season, or starting from now even. So, any questions before we start to talk about meditation itself? I'll carry on talking and they'll pop up in the comments. So one of the things I want you to start thinking about as we go into these 5 days, and especially if you're new to meditation or you know that you've struggled with consistency, is what is your why? Why are you doing this? Why is this important to you? And it's really important you get clear on this, because like going to the gym or eating healthy or all of those other things that generally take a bit of motivation to do, or to at least get into the habit of doing, there'll be times when you really have to dig deep to do this. So even now, and I've been meditating for 6 years, it probably is about 6 years. I still have days where I have to kind of think, no, come on Holly, get out of bed. Get out of bed and do your meditation. And I have to give myself a bit of a pep talk. And that's fine, because I'm in the habit of it now. So it takes 21 days to really form a habit. And even after those 21 days, you will have days where it feels like a bit more of a struggle. But these first 21 days, when you're forming a habit, it's going to be the time when you're likely to have to really dig deep to stick to it. After that, it becomes easier because it's just what you do. So one of the things that can really help is knowing, why am I doing this? Why is it important? What is the potential outcome if I don't do this? Am I willing to accept that? Am I willing to accept what that outcome might be? So in my case, I was really low when I started meditation. I could feel my mood was dropping. I could feel my relationships were not in a great place. I wasn't showing up as the mum I wanted to be. I wasn't showing up as the wife I wanted to be. I was often feeling quite overwhelmed at work. I found it really difficult to just focus on one thing. So, like I say, my mind is quite busy generally. I have lots of ideas. There's always chatter going on. But I didn't have the skill that meditation has given me, which is to just focus on one thing. Forget about everything else. Just focus on that one thing. And I think there was a part of me that was a bit scared of even doing that, because I thought it seemed so unproductive in a society that kind of creates a life that's all about multitasking. But what I found really quickly on in my meditation journey was actually I was far more productive at work. Because if I needed to do a report, I got that report done, and then I check my emails, rather than email comes in, do that, check the report, or what am I doing in my calendar, and do you know what I mean? Really scattered. It allowed me to just focus on one thing at a time. So think about it. What's your why? Why are you doing this? And I'd really love you to share it. Share in the comments what is your motivating factor that you're going to need to remind yourself of, whether during these 5 days or beyond, if you want to continue with your practice. Let me know. Pop it in the comments. Have some accountability of actually putting it down. I was going to say down on paper, down on computer paper, and sharing it with this group. So, today, one of the meditations we're going to look at is a really simple meditation. But sometimes the simplest are the hardest. In just from my experience, sometimes the most simple meditations can be the hardest. And I would often find that I would get bored during a simple meditation. But you may have a very different experience of this. And what I can tell you now is those meditations are the ones that gave me the most medicine. Although at the time it didn't feel like it. It felt frustrating. I felt anxious. I felt irritable. I felt like I should be doing something else. I felt like there were so many other things I could be doing. And it's likely these things will come up for you as you go through these 5 days. As you're sat in meditation, it's likely you'll be sat there thinking, oh my God, I'm uncomfortable. I can't do this. I should be doing something else. There's other things I should be spending my time on. And we will go into that a bit more later in the week. But just for now, know it's completely normal. That is completely normal and completely expected. I'm just seeing the comments come through. Let me have a read of these. So Melanie, your reason is headspace. Dawn, I need to learn that I'm worthy as a person. Oh, love that. And we'll be diving into that a bit more during these 5 days together. Psychic development, yes. What do I want to say about that? The more our vessel is open, the more we're able to receive things, if that makes sense. And I'm sure you will know exactly what I mean. Help me to recover from COVID. Sending you love, hun. I can't see your name. It's not coming up on my screen. Let me see if I can get it on here. Angela, sending you love, hun. Hope you're doing okay. Tracy, you're stressed and taking it out on your husband. I would like to feel calmer and nicer. Gorgeous reason. Love that. Alison, to focus on one thing at a time instead of flitting from one thing to another and everything taking longer. Because it does, doesn't it? It's crazy. Yet we all keep doing it, don't we? Multitasking. I now say to people I can't multitask because I find that kind of takes the pressure off me a bit to actually feel like I need to. Louise, to help you focus. Fabulous headspace, time for you. Definitely. I want to keep my focus on my health and well-being as it has been so beneficial over the last year. I want to be fit to play with my grandchildren. I want to be calm and caring, but also caring in my life as a whole. I think I've read that right. I think that was you, lovely Moira. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. How are you? Amelia, to help me focus. Am I saying that right? I hope so. Amelia, to help me focus on recovering from chronic illness, or at least to learn to cope with them better so it stops getting in the way of my family life. I hear you, lovely. I've been there. Yeah, completely get it. As a teacher of 24 years, I'm currently on a career break and taking time for yourself, and you're completely new to all this. Welcome. So lovely to have you here. And that was from you, Ruth. Lovely to have you here. Hope you fall in love with meditation. Melanie, for you, your emotions, trying to stay balanced. Brilliant. Tamisha, am I saying that right? Please let me know. I'm so sorry if I'm not. You're grieving the loss of a parent and dealing with PTSD from past trauma. In the last act of meditation took me to a dark place, but after lots of work on myself and my mind, I'm finally finding the light in places in my mind for the first time. Sending you so much love, hun. That's so difficult when perhaps we dive too deep too early, if that makes sense. But sending you so much love on your healing journey. Let's see what else is coming up. Mandy, learning to let go of the past and know rejection's not personally on you. So true. And we do it, don't we? We personalise other people's actions as a reflection of us. Whereas actually it's not. It's a reflection of them. Partly being able to ground properly for spiritual development, and also to be able to help my 10-year-old son to meditate too, as he's highly sensitive. Yeah, definitely. And wouldn't it be amazing if they taught meditation more in schools? I think we'd have a very different world if that was the case. I really do. Self-care. Let me just check. Yeah, Moira, self-care. You spelled it wrong. You're doing good. Oh, looking forward to seeing you on the weekend. Lovely. Louise, stress relief, brain fog relief. Yes, good one. Really good one. To channel intuitive downloads. Yes. Yeah, meditation has really helped me with my brain fog. Those of you that don't know, brain fog is a symptom of Ayurveda and generally most autoimmune disease. So, Gabby, don't worry, lovely to have you here. Hope you're doing okay. Sam, you haven't missed it. We haven't even started, lovely. We're just talking about why, what is our why for meditating. So don't worry. Yes, too deep, too soon, but you're arriving and rising now. Oh, beautiful. Love that. Okay. So today we are going to be, and this is how it's going to work through the meditations this week, is I'm going to do a bit of a guided intro, and then I'm going to give you some space for some self-guiding, just to get your confidence up, to get you to the ability to get you into the space where you believe you are capable, because it is the biggest barrier you will have in meditation is your own mind monkeys. And just to go build on that a little bit. So like I say, it's completely normal if during meditation your mind starts to come in with thoughts of, I'm not comfortable, I should be doing something else, I've got an itch. That's another good one. The body will do everything it can to distract you. Other things that are likely to come up are things like, oh, welcome Sarah, no problem, lovely. One of the other things that's likely to come up is, am I doing this right? The answer is yes. You're sat there and, you're trying. That's meditating. So you are doing it right. I can assure you now. And the other thing to say is, if you get distracted by thought, if you get pulled into a story in your head, if all of a sudden you're planning your roast dinner for Sunday, that is absolutely fine. It is completely normal, and when you notice, you just redirect your mind back to whatever it is that we're focusing on that day. And the reason I say that is because so many people think that you're not meditating right if you have thoughts, if you get distracted, if you're not sat in some perfect lotus position, if you're not sat cross-legged on the floor. I'm telling you now, that's all rubbish. One thing I will say is during these meditations, it would be good to be sat in a place where you can have your back straight. And the reason is you're less likely to fall asleep, and you will find your mind is clearer. There's more energy, there's more focus. You know what it's like if you're slumped over. The energy is a bit... you don't feel so energized. But if you sit up straight, there's a kind of intention, purpose behind it, and you will find that translates into your meditation practice. I have to check, is that Gabby? Of course it's Gabby. you meditate while cleaning people's houses because you are unbelievably amazing. That is why. Gabby is one of my fabulous ladies. I was going to say my membership, but that membership is not as it was. But also in my program, she is a fabulous individual. Anyway, I will not get distracted. Focus, Holly. Anyway, so sit however you like. If you want to sit on the floor and just sit up on a meditation cushion, absolutely fine. What I would suggest is try having a cushion under your hips, under your bum, because basically what it will do is tilt your pelvis forward and it will allow you to get a straighter spine. For those of you that don't want to meditate on the floor, that is absolutely fine. Or if you do want to meditate on the floor, you can meditate against a wall. That's absolutely fine, just to help you keep that straightness in the back. I, today, am meditating in a chair, just because. And the reason I chose to do this is because I remember going to meditation classes and a bit of yoga classes as well with this, where they would say, oh, you can do these adjustments, but then they weren't doing it, and then that made me feel bad, like I should be doing it. So I'm going to be meditating in a chair just to show that you can, and you can meditate anywhere. I used to meditate on my train journey, like I used to commute to London quite often from the Isle of Wight. And I would often just meditate on the train. And it was lovely. It was, I used to really look forward to that commute because I'd have like 2 hours of meditation, which is more meditation than I'd like normally fit into 2 days. So that was amazing. But we're not going to be doing 2 hours of meditation today, just to kind of manage your expectations. We'll probably be finishing about 1 o'clock today. And what I thought I would do is also end with a bit of a card pull, bit of an oracle card pull, to give you some inspiration to take away into the rest of your day. So how does that sound? Is everyone feeling good about that? Any questions before we begin? Any concerns? If not, get your nest ready. And, shuffle around. Do whatever you need to do. I'm going to have a little shuffle. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I'm looking forward to this as much as you are. Okay, fabulous. Everyone's on board. Wonderful. Okay. So get comfy. Another quick tip, actually. If you've got short arms, like me, a cushion on your lap really helps. It stops your shoulders dropping forward and getting backache and feeling uncomfortable, and helps you keep a bit more upright. So I also always have a blanket when I meditate, just because for me it feels nice. But there's also there's a weight, and it kind of helps you feel a bit more grounded. So that might be something you want to experiment with over our 5 days together. Okay, so take a moment, and you can either close your eyes or just stare down to the floor in front of you. I like to close my eyes, so whatever feels good to you. And I just want you to bring your awareness to the breath in the belly. Just notice that gentle rise and fall that happens automatically. Without any effort needed from you. And just noticing in this moment, how fast is that rhythm? Or is it quite slow? Is the rhythm quite steady? Or is it creating a melody of its own? Does the breath feel quite smooth today as it comes into the body? Or is there any jitteriness going on? Either way is absolutely fine. We're not looking for right and wrong, good or bad. Just allowing it to be whatever it is in this moment. And if you're new to breath awareness meditation, you might find it helpful to count the breaths as they come in, gently internally counting 1 on the in-breath, 2 on the out-breath, 3 on the in-breath, 4 on the out-breath. And in your own time, gently counting to 10. And if you lose track of the numbers at any point, get pulled into thought or sensation in the body, just gently bring your awareness back to the breath and begin again from 1. And when you reach 10, coming back to 1 again. And you might begin to find that your mind doesn't want to settle. And that's absolutely fine. Allow the thoughts to be there. Don't try to push them away. Just gently redirect your attention back to the breath and the belly. You may find that as the mind slows down, the emotions get louder. Again, that's fine. Allow them to be there. And just bring your awareness back to the breath and the belly. And remembering to start again at 1 after you reach 10. And I want you to gently bring your hands to your heart space now. Putting your hands on your heart, however feels good to you. And thinking about your motivating factor that you discovered earlier on, that you thought about earlier on. What is your reason for doing this? Now I want you internally to make a little promise to yourself. A promise to show up for yourself this week. To perhaps step outside your comfort zone with this. Knowing that at times it may feel tricky, frustrating. You may doubt that you're doing it right, or that you'll never get it, or your mind will never slow down. Whatever it is, commit to trying, to making this time for you. Setting your intention for these 5 days together. And starting to notice the sensation of either the chair or the floor beneath you. The feeling of the temperature of the room on your skin. Any sounds that you can hear that are calling you back to the outside world. And slowly opening your eyes, allowing the light to flood in. Okay, lovelies. So that was a very short introduction to meditation. As we go through the week, I will build up the time a little bit more each day. But for those of you that haven't meditated before, congratulations, you are now a meditator. And now the hard part is keeping it going. And we will explore that more through the rest of the week. Oh, thank you, lovely. I'm seeing your comments. So, shall we end with a bit of an oracle card pull? And take some time to thank yourself for giving yourself this time and space. I know what it's like. I know life is busy. I've got 3 kids. I work full time. I often feel pulled in many directions. But there is nothing more important than taking care of you amongst all of this. So give yourself a little thank you as well for showing up, for being here today, for taking the time to do it. And yeah, I can't wait for the rest of the week together. Today was a really simple breath awareness, counting breath meditation. And it's one of the first that I started with. And like I say, sometimes the simplest ones can also be the most frustrating, can also be the most boring, the most challenging. But actually, this simple meditation has given me so much medicine over the years. This morning, knowing that I would be doing this today, I decided to use this one as my morning practice. And actually, those 25 minutes flew quicker than a lot of my other meditations recently. So I think you can almost get into a bit of a trance state with the numbers. So I'd love to hear your experiences. And I will post a comment in the group later on for you to comment on, to share what was your biggest takeaway from today, whether the meditation or... Oh, that one jumped. There we go. I think that one's meant for us. Whether from the meditation or the talk or anything. Oh, Susan, you're so lovely. Oh, you're more than welcome. So your card for today is mountains. Stand your ground. Dawn, you connected with your heart. I love that. Beautiful. Okay. Bear with me. I can never find them in this. So your message for today, and for you to take away and consider, is hold firm to what you believe in or are focusing on. because it's absolutely right. There we go. I do love the cards. They always back me up. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted deep into the earth and reach high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. They have been home to animals. They have been climbed by humans, and they have seen seasons come and go. No matter what has happened to them, they have remained strong, immovable, and unshakable, and so they offer the spiritual energies of strength and resilience. Mountain energy is beautiful because it's firm and rooted in Great Mother. It reaches high to Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or under pressure, know that this spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient, grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of earth before welcoming the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, this card invites you to stay exactly where you are. Talk things over with those around you and know that change will come. You will be whole and well at the end of this situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. Let me see the comments. A few comments come through. Hayley, yeah, perfect card for grounding and standing strong. Sarah, you feel so relaxed now. The counting is a brilliant idea. It really helped you when your mind was wandering. Angie, you enjoyed this today. Can't be here on Tuesday, but you can watch on catch up. No worries, lovely. I think your problem is sticking with a simple routine of wondering instead what is best for me. Simple is key. As you like the overcomplicated things. I can relate to that. I really, really can. Michelle, can you get the replay, please? Yes, they're in the group, lovely. So just scroll through the group and you'll be able to find it. Was that the Angels and Ancestors card? Yes, it was. You put the cards on the table in front of you before you started. So apt. Dawn, such an appropriate card. Louise, you feel refreshed in your head. Very relaxing. Melanie, you were sharing with your daughter. Tamisha, tears rolling down your cheeks as you read that card. Yeah, beautiful. Wow. Okay, I'm sending you so much love. I hope you enjoyed day one. We have got so much more to come, plus our extra retreat day next Monday. If you haven't signed up for that yet, go do it because places are limited. I can only take, I think only take 100 people in there, and there's already 200 people in the group. So I have a very relaxing voice, thank you, lovely. And you can feel the Reiki energy coming in. I know it happened automatically. I don't even try to, it just flows whenever I meditate now. Yeah, catching up on replay. Oh, you are more than welcome, lovelies. Oh, such an honour to share this space with you. So, well done for showing up for you. Congratulations if that was your first opportunity to try meditation. You are now officially a meditator. And during the rest of the week, we will really be looking at how you can keep your practice consistent, how you can get rid of all of those blocks, all of those barriers, all of the mind monkeys that will jump in and try and derail your practice. And this is coming from someone who has a real aversion to anything that's remotely disciplined. So yeah, if you struggle with routine, I get you. If I can do this, believe me, anyone can. Honestly, they can. So I am sending you so much love. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Take care.